Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a Cosmic Contracts, the Ties That Bind reading. So this was actually inspired by a deck that I've created with that same exact name. So what is a Cosmic Contract? It is a soul contract that you have with another person. When you met this person, you felt just an instant soul recognition. It was very meaningful, very deep. Maybe some of you even felt like you've known this person your entire life. So we're really focusing on that kind of a deep soul connection. But we are going to focus on those of you that have probably had a falling out or a challenge with this person along the way. So we're going to take a look at why you originally came together, what you guys were supposed to be learning, the themes, as well as why you had your falling out and what you guys are learning now that you're in this challenge and separation. So we're going to do some of this reading here on the channel, and then we're going to do the other half over on the extended. So I'll list down below everything that we're going to go into here as well as over there, and that reading link, as well as all the decks I'll be using here today and this cute little Organite by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So obviously just take what resonates, you guys, and get rid of anything that doesn't. Let's go ahead and get started with this reading. So let's take a look at the theme of the soul contract when you and your person came together originally, okay? So when you originally came together, what was the theme of the contract? Okay, so again, this is my Cosmic Contracts deck. It is available for purchase in the description box. All right, let's take a look at the energy here of the past, why you and this person came together in this lifetime. Let's look at this. Ooh, we have counterparts. This is definitely a counterpart. So what is a counterpart? This is someone that's going to touch the deepest parts of you. So right off the bat, we're already getting this energy here where you felt a very deep shift within your soul when you guys first encountered each other. This could have just been, looking at each other, touching each other for the first time, first kiss, etc. But it's definitely something very special, very unique, something that you can't quite describe, and probably something that you've never duplicated again in another connection. This is not just for you, this is also for your person. Let's see what else. Okay, but we do have boundaries. So immediately there's this energy where it's like two souls come together, they collide, right? But it's kind of like we don't know where one stops and the other one ends. So immediately there is some like boundary issues. Maybe we want to spend all of our time with this person. We feel very addicted to this person. We're just like, oh my gosh, like I just need to have this person in my life all the time because it feels so good. I love being around them. So we have boundaries. I will help you in taking a stand. So someone may have had to put up a boundary, maybe somebody put up a wall here. Somebody felt like your lives were getting too enmeshed. So one person could have been like a runner, the other one could have been the chaser kind of thing. So it's just like this energy that's very intense where we want to be consumed in this energy, and the other person might be afraid of this energy or even feels a little bit of that vibe coming from, whoever that was coming from, that they just want so much. So this could like really trigger a lot of energies within us. Very interesting. What else? We have the ego death. So I do feel like you guys went through some sort of a transformation for sure with each other. Somebody may have looked at things a different way than the other person. And so there has been some either a major falling out, a major breakup, or just like a parting of the ways here. So it says, I will make you question everything. So I feel like once the two of you either ended things, whoever ended it here, it made someone question everything. Like, I don't even understand. Nothing makes sense. My world is just completely turned upside down. So it's a very intense connection immediately. I'm getting a lot of Scorpio vibes. You could have met this person. For some of you, it's not going to be for everybody in October. I don't know why I'm getting that, even though that's still Libra season, but it goes into Scorpio. I'm getting a Scorpio vibe with this because of the death energy. Very intense energy when you met this person. Okay, and it could have been just very sensual, if you know what I mean. Oh my gosh, we have haunted. I just feel like even in death, as in, you guys are not speaking, there's a haunting still going on here. I will help you and uncover your trauma. So not only does your spirits haunt each other, so you feel like you can't ever forget each other, even in death, there is this trauma energy. So that's what I was picking up on here before. I feel like both of you might have some unhealed wounds and trauma, and your trauma responses towards each other are completely different styles. And what it's doing is it's causing someone to have to really put up a boundary and say, no, I can't do this. And the other person, it almost makes them want this even more. It almost like drives somebody crazy is what I'm getting here. Not really, but it almost just feels like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I'm losing part of my soul when this is over. That's how intense this energy is. And we have talent. So somebody could be very artistic. Somebody, is like a muse for the other person. They feel quite inspired having this person in their life. It's kind of like, you make me want to be a better version of myself. You want to make me reach for the stars. Knowing you, being around you makes me feel so alive. But I just feel because of this very beautiful light energy, this is kind of shadowy over here from me. So I feel like in the beginning, it was probably really high and light and it felt really good. But then something happened here and it kind of went into the shadow aspects here. And I feel because someone was probably in their ego, they hadn't quite gone through that ego death. Maybe they were looking at this situation and making a judgment about it and just saying, no, this isn't what I want. It was great, had a good time, but you know what? I have to go off and do something, or there's just other things that I want to accomplish. I'm not ready to settle down, etc. So there's all kinds of little stories that are going on there. So let's take a look at the energy. What was the astrological influence at that time? Okay, so we already got some Scorpio energy, but it could be that there's a different energy here too. So this is called the Numinous Astro deck. What was the energy here of the time when you guys came together? What is this energy? We have Virgo's energy. So this could be September. Okay, you guys could have met in September or you met in the autumn months. I don't know why that's coming through because technically Scorpio is still like autumn energy, but it doesn't have to be that way for everybody. This says the Alchemist. Very interesting. So there's a story, there's a book called The Alchemist. That could be highly tied to your connection. And what's interesting is that the person, the main character in the book, he meets this girl and they have this, instant soul recognition and everything like that. But he still feels like he needs to go off into the world and find himself. So he has this incredible soul connection with someone, but he has to go off and find himself. And so, he makes his whole way around the world and goes through all these things. And then he realizes in the end, this is exactly where he's meant to be. So it's like he had to come full circle and he had to go through like that ego death in order to get to that point. And he returned to the girl. He returned to his hometown, which is where she was. So it's interesting that message is coming through. That could be something very significant for your soul connection, where somebody needed to go off and they really needed to explore and figure out and discover who they were. And so it might have just been that at the time you guys had this like soul awakening, this shift, this triggering, this inspiration, this meeting, but it wasn't quite able to sustain, or be long lasting in a commitment or move forward beyond that point because there was still so much soul work or discovery that needed to be done. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what planetary influences depict this connection here in the past. We have the sun's energy. So the sun energy is like Leo's energy, Leo vibe, but it's also like who you are. It can also be ego. So I really feel like just somebody who they were at that particular time, it's like they were not able to see past themselves. So that's why we have the ego death here. Like they connected, but there was still something where they weren't ready to merge. They were not ready to connect in that deep way. They couldn't do it. The sun is also very masculine. This is very much about creation. I want to go off into the world and I want to create so much. There's so much life to still live. Okay. And the Virgo, of course, can also be a person that feels like they have a purpose. They feel like they have to do something. They have to get something out of their system. They feel like there's a deeper meaning to life. And they're very logical and very methodical in their moves. And so I kind of feel like when the two of you came together, you had this very passionate, very deep connection. But it quickly shifted from this high to this, I don't know if this is what I'm ready for, if I'm capable of this. I almost feel like somebody was still searching for their life purpose, or they felt like there was something that they just had to do. And so being with you and merging with you wasn't where someone was. And I just feel like that's probably your person. I feel like you were ready and your person was not ready, but it could have been the other way around. Okay. But they just weren't ready. They were all about them. They were still in that ego energy, and it was a part of your contract for them to go through this ego death. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the house. What is the astrological house influence out of the 12 houses? What is this energy here? What is the energy of the 12 houses here? Ooh, we have the 12th house, you guys. What did I say? Oh my gosh, that's Pisces energy, I believe. Very spiritual. So I just feel here that we've got a very deep spiritual connection. And it's just one of those things, you guys, where it's just like that's that ego death energy too, for sure. So it's definitely one of those things where, you're going to learn something pretty major. Absolutely. You're going to learn something very major in this connection with this person, for sure. So this, I feel, it's like, well, let me go ahead and read the little keywords because I feel like they could be significant. Subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, trance states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, and Akashic records. For sure, there is some sort of energy here where somebody feels like they have this kind of, like their soul is pulling them into some sort of direction. There's something specific that they feel that they have to do. And it's on some supernatural level, like they can't really understand why they feel the way that they do, but they just do, right? And it's like, that's why it's connected, I feel, with Pisces, is because it's very much about a dream state, not being completely sure, what you're feeling or why you're feeling it, but you're being led by your dreams. You're being led by your intuition. You're being led by something bigger than yourself. You can't explain it, but there it is. So as much as this person was all about, kind of their mission, their purpose, and what they were experiencing, I do feel like there was some kind of a spiritual lesson at hand as well, right? And the 12, to me, it's like that's we're going all the way from 1 to 12, so it's like a full cycle here. So I feel like they were also here to clear some heavy karma, and they were here to really discover some pretty intense things about themselves through shadow. Yeah, a lot of shadow work energy here coming through for the person that was on this journey. And so this isn't just your person, this is you too. Who are you in this lifetime? What do you want? What's important to you? What do you value, right? What do you value, etc.? What do you stand for? That's what it's all about. So anyways, that's what I'm getting here with that 12th house energy. It's very intense, and it's definitely one of those things where you're here, you've signed up for a pretty big lesson. Yep, for sure. So let's go ahead and shift the energies and go now to, I wrote it down here. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and get some other signs for your connection. Other influences surrounding your connection when the two of you came together. This is my charm cards. Ooh, hunger. Yeah, to me, it's like this energy of the hungering someone, just huge appetite, just feeling like you can't get enough of this person's love. So that to me was just like that very intense energy of Scorpio coming through. Intense hunger for this person, very magical too, like getting so swept up in the magic of this connection. Like, I just feel that some of you were on such a high when you first got together with this person. It was just like there was nothing like it. It almost could have become an addiction for someone. Like, you could have become addicted to each other. And that might have been what scared this individual, because they're feeling this energy too. And they're getting swept up in it, but then they're losing themselves. And I already know that someone's self and where they are in this life, they don't want to lose footing. They feel like there are other things. Even though they wanted to experience something, I just feel like it was in another department that spoke to them at the time. This felt good for them, but if they couldn't kind of keep a hold on themselves and their life and keep their shit in order, they may have actually sacrificed this connection, discarded it, put it to the wayside, or even I'll come back to it later. I just got that from Spirit. I'm going to come back to this later. I'm not ready for it right now, but I want to come back to it at a different time. Yes. And that's probably why that haunting energy is there. We have a lot of pride. Okay. So someone could have had a lot of pride in this situation, a lot of ego, a lot of pride, so a lot of pride, like ego, death, and pride here was on the table for sure. Definitely needed to shift out of that energy. Very too prideful to maybe say how they really felt, or maybe this created for you, like you had too much pride to admit that you were really hurt by this person or something like that. Yeah, bottled up a lot. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. There was a lot of information that somebody out of pride bottled up. Like, I'm not going to tell you how I feel. You're never going to hear from me again. I almost feel like a ghosting may have happened, or this could have been retaliation, which is I'm not going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to cut myself away from you. You're never going to hear from me again. I'm picking that up. And we have the windmill regeneration. I keep getting that message here. I keep getting a message that somebody wanted to pick this back up at a later date. Like this, somebody ended it, but they felt like they were going to come back to it. And I feel like someone out of pride blocked that and said, no, you're not going to have access. I don't know what that is, but that's for someone out there. We have a lot of influences, though, with the planet energy. So this could be third-party influences. Other influences got in the way, family members, friends. There could have just been a lot of drama surrounding your connection. So this became problematic. And then we have trauma. So remember this energy here, haunted. It says, I will help you uncover your trauma. So this is childhood trauma. This is like being afraid. A lot of traumas were triggered in this connection. A lot of these influences really, I feel, prevented this connection from getting back on track with each other. So that's kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and see what ultimately ended this connection, okay? So how did things turn out here? Like, what happened, okay? What is the energy here of what happened? How things turned out? This is the Twin Flame Journey Oracle Revised Edition that I created. Okay, so we have Divine Feminine. So intuitive, kind, and gentle. So depending on who the Divine Feminine is, there's some information here. I forgot to fill the cat bowl, so we've got Peaches in the background pushing the bowl around, if you hear that. Ugh, so irritating. Winter, interesting. So now we have December, January, February. So this could have been a 2 season because I did pick up, and it doesn't have to be these exact seasons, but I feel like this could have been like a 3 to 6 month connection for some of you guys. It's like one season it was really great, then the next season it's like everything just kind of ended, frozen in time. So we have this intuitive, kind and gentle divine feminine, but then she goes into this frozen state. So I do feel like something was frozen in time for the divine feminine. So this is how things kind of turned out in the end. This divine feminine may have kind of turned into this ice queen. She's very soft and gentle, but then turned into this ice queen because of these circumstances. That's what I'm getting here. We have admired. Okay, so it says popular, cherished, and loved. This is like really loving and admiring someone, right? But then this gets buried. Somebody has to bury their feelings, just like this bottled up energy here. Somebody has to bottle up their feelings. They have to bottle up their energy. And why do they have to do that? They have to do this because of pride. That's why. It's like swallow your pride and walk away. Some of you guys may have had to walk away from this person even though you really loved them. You had to walk away. Yep, there's the bottle energy again, because things got really stuck in this connection. You know, something happened, like the ship really couldn't move forward any longer. You guys couldn't make it through. There was no flow here. The flow stopped in this connection. I'm sorry, Peaches. Oh, he's here. Okay, so we have some sort of balancing the scales, equality, justice, correction. So I do feel like there was an imbalance here. You know, somebody may have done some things that were not on the up and up. Somebody may have created karma in this situation with their actions. So that is coming into play. Yeah. Again, I feel like someone wanted to come back. Somebody really thought that they would come back and recover this connection at a later date. But it was blocked. Somebody blocked this. And I don't know what happened. It could have been someone moved on, somebody got married, somebody got into another relationship, somebody was just like, no, I can't ever do this again, I'll never trust you again. Some kind of energy here. Yep, so now we have the solitude. So instead of returning, somebody just kind of continues to just withdraw, be recluse, and just is in a state of solitude. Then I'm just going to go my merry way. So I feel like this person went off into the world and whatever they needed to do, go through some sort of spiritual transformation. And when they wanted to return, they couldn't. And the reason that they couldn't was because there's something blocking it, whether it's their fear, another person, or just, just some sort of issue. Yeah, that's what that is. So something happened here where they couldn't come back and recover this connection, and they wanted to. They wanted to balance it out, and it has something to do with being blocked. And they're blocked either by their own pride, they're blocked from their own fear, or there is another relationship that's in the way now. So that's the story I'm tapping into today. I hope that resonates with someone out there. So let's just go ahead and see the energy of who you were versus who they were. Okay, this is my treasure trove oracle deck, professional archetypes. Who were you? Okay, so we have the dentist. So for what the dentist does is the dentist goes deep, even if it's painful. That's who you were, you guys. You were very deep. You were ready to go deep. I feel like this person was not ready to go deep. I feel like they were attracted to it, but they just couldn't do it at the end of the day. Okay, and I feel like you were probing too deep. So if this person didn't want to go that deep, or they didn't want to share something with you, that's why they may have pulled away from you. The King of Swords is somebody who's a truth seeker, somebody who's not afraid to tell the truth, somebody who's not afraid to handle things, handle situations. Like they just basically are who they are. They have high standards as well, and it's definitely about doing the right thing. So that's who you were coming up as at the time that you met this person. You were not afraid of the pain. You were not afraid of this love. You were not afraid to face certain things. You were definitely a truth speaker and seeker. Okay, so now we have the firefighter connected to your person. So we actually have some specific industries here, which is interesting. But the fire is hot, hot, hot. This is passion fueled. Your person felt they were very attracted to this fire. But what I'm getting here is that it says, don't let all of this heat get to you. They were afraid of this passion. They were afraid of the intensity of these flames. And I feel like they put them out because they were afraid they were going to be consumed by these flames. You were not afraid of the flames, but they were. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. So to me, this is like somebody who's really thinking, somebody who's speaking their truth. This is someone who's very focused in the material world, Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is connected to the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about status. It's all about, making it fame, fortune, all that stuff. What the outer world, what people think of you. That's what it is. And I just feel like that's really where your person was at. They were very much in this mindset of status. They were in this mindset of, I need to make it a certain way. I need to do something specific in this life. I need to accomplish this particular goal. So they shifted from the flames with you, and instead they invested in the flames within their own self. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. They had some sort of passion burning inside of them, and they went into that direction. But what I'm getting here is that they did plan on coming back, but now there's a block from coming back to you. I don't know what that is for everybody, but that's the story. So let's take a look and see, what is the energy now? What is the contract now? What are you guys supposed to learn now that you're in this separation? Okay, so we have Indigo Starseed. Interesting. So you guys could be Indigo Starseeds in this particular lifetime, both of you. I'm a catalyst for you to change. Indigo Starseeds are they're catalysts for other people, just so you know. They're the kinds of people that they're not afraid to tell you what they feel and what they think. I almost feel like your person is probably this way with other people, but they shut down when they were with you. It's almost, I don't know why I'm getting this. You outshined them in the truth department. That scared them. You represented someone that they knew that they were deep down inside, but they had not embraced that part of themselves yet. You had already done that work and they hadn't. That's why we have the ego death. Your person was still needing to go through an ego death and transformation. You had already done that work. So I just feel like you were a little more advanced than they were in that department. And I'm a catalyst for you to change. Now you guys are both catalysts to each other to make certain changes now in your lives. So if you feel like there's certain things that you've been doing since you've been separated from this person, where you've really been growing and healing and exploring new aspects of yourself, your person's doing the same exact thing. You guys are catalysts for each other's growth and development now. That's awesome. Helping hand, I'm here to assist you. So this is help. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help and assist in your spiritual growth and ascension. It's beautiful. It's a less shadowy energy here. See, now we have more light. So we only really had, I feel, kind of 2 light cards. It's your original contract with this person. And now the vibe has shifted and changed. I'm your biggest fan. I'm a real fan of you. I'm a fan of who you are. I like to see how you're growing. I like to see how you're doing, etc. So this energy is much softer. But we do have obsessed, though. Okay, so I feel like you guys are watching each other, or somebody's watching somebody, but you guys are not speaking. There's this, you're the object. I will be the object of your desire. So there is this like desire to want to be with one another. And there's that same old feeling of that obsessed energy, like I hunger you, almost to the point where we might think, am I obsessed with this person? It might not be a full on, like, we're stalking this person or they're stalking you, but there is this, I'm looking at you and you may not be aware of it. So I feel like, if you guys are not speaking or not in any contact or seeing each other, you guys are still keeping an eye on one another. And we have karmic person. I did pick this up. I picked up that there could be third party. Now this is the block. There's a karmic, there's a relationship. There's another relationship going on for some of you guys. Someone is not available. Either it's you or them or both. And that's the reason why all we can do is look from afar. So, somebody planned on coming back, but when they finally recognized something, they couldn't return. It was too late, kind of thing. So I will bring out your worst traits. So I do feel like there's another contract now with someone else. There's another contract. So you have this contract with this person, but there is a karmic party that is now in your person's life or your life or both of your lives. And these don't have to be lovers, by the way. These could be family members or friends that are bringing out your worst traits in order to help you to heal and ascend. So there's a double contract going on here for the two of you, but it is preventing someone from returning is what I'm seeing here today. It's preventing someone's return. Okay. But it could even be that somebody's karma, the behavior that they displayed, what this did is it caused someone to now feel shame. Like they acted the worst possible way. Like, wow, I can't believe I acted that way. So that could be that kind of pride and that kind of shame. I don't even know how to face you now, so I'm just going to kind of watch you from afar. That could be it for some of you guys, okay? What's so interesting, and Spirit works with me in interesting ways, I'm kind of in a twilight sleep as I'm laying there, Mr. Moon and I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, and I'm like, oh God, I know it's like 4:45. I only got 15 minutes more of sleep. And I started thinking about a relationship that I had right before Mr. Moon and how fucked up I was to this person. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe how rotten I was. And I was thinking about that this morning. And it's so strange because, and I thought to myself, damn, that's probably why I've had a lot of bad karma in the last 13 years. You know what I mean? Like, wow. So I've definitely got my fucking karma, I'll tell you that. But for whatever reason, that teddy bear there, the trauma, remember the trauma that we just saw earlier with the teddy bear? My traumas really were brought out in that situation, and I just acted incredibly horrific. And that it wasn't really about that person, it was about me. And so I feel like Spirit was showing me something today in regards to what your person might be going through right now. And I've never apologized to that person, just so you guys know. Like, I do feel incredibly bad, but they're married, they have kids, they've moved on. Why am I going to contact them and tell them how sorry I am? Why am I going to do that? I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. At least for now, I don't feel that way. That could be how your person feels. If you've moved on or it's been so long, they might feel this way, you guys, but they're not actually telling you this because they might feel like, that would be foolish. Why would I do that kind of thing? So a lot of people feel things, but they never say it. And that, I feel, is the message here. We have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is basically a card where we are just kind of enduring. We are just getting through things. The road is long, it's tough, it's hard, but we're still hanging in there. Seven of Wands is things that we have to fight for. We kind of have to fight to keep going. So you have that person who's laying in the road, right? But they know they're going to have to get up and they're going to have to keep moving. So I feel like this right now, it's like the road that you guys were on. There was a block, it's still blocked. And I do feel like your person did try to come back, or they were wanting to come back, and now they can't really come back right now because their path is blocked. Yeah, Page of Wands, but there's this curiosity though. There's a curiosity of what could have been. Yeah, what could have been is here. And we have the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety. Sleepless nights. I was, like I said, I was thinking about this when I was sleeping. I was like, oh God, it's a lot of anxiety, pit in my stomach when I was thinking about that shit. So I feel like that's what's going on here now, is that, somebody might have a lot of internal thoughts that are kind of keeping them up at night, that they're not really proud of. But it is a part of, either their karma or something. Yeah, judgment is one of those things where it's like we're reviewing our past, we're reviewing our life, and we're going to make changes. And I like to think that I've changed a lot in the last 13 years, that I would never treat somebody the way that I treated that person. So, there's always an opportunity to learn from our mistakes. And I feel like that's what your person's doing, is they're learning from the mistakes. They're learning from the way that they may have treated you. And then we have the Hermit here. So it's like, just kind of keeping to themselves. So I do feel like your person is deliberately keeping to themselves because either they feel like they need more time, they have too much pride, they have too much fear, or there's an unavailability here that's preventing your person from coming back into your situation or into your life. But the Hermit is, I'm going to keep these things to myself, and I'm going to put them to mental note, and I'm going to practice my life in a different way, a more evolved way. So I feel like immediately here, this first card, I'm a catalyst for you to change. You are a catalyst. Everything that happened with you, the viewer, helped this person to change their ways, okay? Because I feel like they're not proud of the way that they treated you. And so you've helped them to change for the better. And I'm getting here that they were hoping that they could share some of these things with you, but for some reason, something is holding them back. I feel like it's different for everybody, but I feel like for some of you guys, it is specific because you have moved on. Okay, you've moved on into another relationship, and they don't want to come back, and they don't want to, they don't feel like it's appropriate to interrupt your life. And that's why Spirit showed me that vision today, because it is connected to how this person feels. So anyways, what we're going to do now, you guys, is we are going to take a look and see in the extended version, and I'll put that link down below, what is the unfinished business or karma that's still remaining between the two of you in this life. We're going to see what is your person's view of you in this connection in this life right now. Also, what's possible with this person in this life. What is their telepathic message for you about everything that has happened or will happen? So if you guys are interested in those extra messages, definitely check out the link down below where I have the extended reading. And thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it, that it was helpful, and that it resonated. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.